Well, good evening, everyone, to our Thursday night webinar. I apologize about the late start. We had a little bit of technical problems getting logged in. My name is John Dehart. I am your Executive Director, Sales Marketing Field Development of the Family Vacation Network, calling you tonight from Las Vegas, Nevada. That's right, Las Vegas. We are here for our kickoff event. I had a great meeting today with our Leadership Council team. Guys, I got to tell you, there are some huge announcements that are going to be made this Saturday at the Tuscany Suites and Casino, Las Vegas. Do everything you possibly can to get to this meeting. It is going to be a great kickoff event. Excited about Las Vegas, excited about all the new people we have coming on board. Just great things happening tonight with and throughout the week, and really throughout as we've broke through the summer with the Family Vacation Network. And that is a testament to all of your hard work and all the things that are going on. So folks, if you're with us tonight, here's my assumption that if you're a guest with us tonight, you're probably looking for opportunity. And after 31 years in this home business arena, I believe there are 5 key components to, if you're evaluating the Family Vacation Network, that you should be seriously considering if you're looking at this as a business, to make part-time income, cash flow, or an absolute career change. And these are the 5 things that we're going to cover tonight. The company broken into money and management, our product, what makes us unique in the marketplace, our compensation plan, the SMART compensation plan, timing, where we're at in our growth curve, and what that can mean to you as we go international, and finally, how do you build the business? Our systems are in place. Those are the key components. And folks, I want you to know, as I start this call tonight, that right now, the Family Vacation Network is a very young company, just getting started. We have all 5 of these pieces in place. There are companies out there that hope at the 3, 4, 5-year mark that they have these 5 components in place. They normally start with 2 or 3 in place, and they hope to get the other 2 or 3 in place over the course of the next 3 to 4 or 5 years. We're starting with these pieces in place. So congratulations, folks. You're at the right place at the right time. Why are you looking for opportunity? It's pretty simple. It's been rough out there since 2008, right? You know, if you're looking at the jobs report, you've got to understand, and I used a really conservative number. I've seen a number as high as 90% of all the new jobs that have been created have been part-time jobs. Obamacare, people are a little bit scared to hire full-time. They know what that's going to mean. And folks, it has really, really been rough out there. But I also want you to know that as you start to look at us as an opportunity, that destiny is not a matter of chance. It really, really is a matter of choice. You can make your own good luck in the world. And so really, folks, we're at a crossroads here for a lot of you out there. You know, if you continue to do the same thing that you've always done, you can continue to expect similar results, right? What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Folks, I want you to know that we've got a better way. And I want to start this webinar with a question to you. This is the question. If you had all the money and time that you needed, all the money and the time to enjoy it, what would you do with your life? You know, and that's a good one for everybody to ponder. It does a little bit of dreaming, right? Would you spend more time with your friends and family? For most of us on this call, the answer to that would be absolutely. Would you volunteer? Would you coach? Would you be a philanthropist? You know, those are great questions. Most of us on this line, absolutely. We'd love to be able to help others out that are less fortunate, or be able to help mentor the youngins that are coming along, to show them the right way so that they can lead great and productive lives. You know, would you travel? If so, where would you go? Who would you go with? Folks, these are questions, unfortunately, that most people never get to ask. And it's not because they don't want to. It's just because they can't. They're on the treadmill. They're on that treadmill of 40, 60, 80 hours a week. More month left at the end of your money. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And so if you're really looking to change that, you know, and you had the opportunity to change that, to improve your cash flow, to have more fun, to vacation more often, to spend more quality time with your friends and family, I guess here's my question: would you do it? And if the answer to that is yes, I would like to do that, then welcome to the Family Vacation Network, because that's what we're going to be talking about on this call tonight. Exactly how you can improve your cash flow, have more quality time, and use that quality time to volunteer and spend time with your family doing the things that are important in vacation. And I know from personal experience We take an annual vacation every year to Hawaii, most years for a couple of weeks. My daughter remembers that vacation, every single one. To me, they've all kind of blended together. For her, she can tell you exactly what we did every single year. That's her time with mom and dad, and I'll tell you what, those are great times. I'd like to share some of those experiences with you and how you can have those experiences with your family. We're talking about the Family Vacation Network. And folks, while we're a brand new company, we are built on the shoulders of a $4 billion, 31-year-old giant called Westgate. Westgate has over $4 billion in assets. They've got over 7,000 employees, 28 resorts in 11 states. That's over 10,000 luxury villas that people can come stay at. They serve over 3 million guests every single year. In short, folks, Westgate is the world's largest privately owned vacation company. We've got the largest resort in the world. We've got the #1 rated resort in the world. Our Park City Mountain Resort was named #1. And so we're already a big company. What I want you to know is we're a brand new vertical marketing channel for this company. So we've got great capitalization. Unlike most startups, we are capitalized correctly, and we've got great management, both on the corporate side, running a big company, and on the home business side, people that know how to run this type of a division, how to create excitement, how to create the tools and the systems that you need that'll bring you success. If you want to contrast what we have, our product, what we have to offer, this does it pretty simply. In the top right, you see what the FVN experience looks like. You know, if you're going on vacation, you got to stay somewhere. Where you stay, is up to you. Some people, it's okay to stay in a tent. I actually like that when I'm camping. But when I go on a luxury vacation, when I go to the beach, when I go to Hawaii, I want good accommodations. And folks, that's what you get with the Family Vacation Network. Most places you're going to get a bed, bath, and a boob tube, right? But with us, you get those. It just happens to be a California king-size bed. Our bath happens to be a jetted hot tub, and those boob tubes happen to be flat screen HD TVs. So it's really a very different vacationing experience. As you look here, you can see what I'm talking about. This is our pool versus the hotel pool. This is our view versus the hotel view. This is inside of actually one of our one-bedroom villas right here, as you can see. Leather furniture, flat screen TV, full kitchen, washer and dryer. It is a very, very radically different vacation experience than most people ever get to experience. And folks, all of this for just $79 a night value season. And so when you look at that, you say $79 a night, man, it's hard to get a Motel 6 for $79. You're right, it is. And folks, I share this with you because we've got resort rooms at less than hotel prices. So here's the thing. We're talking about business now. We're talking about you launching a business. And by the way, vacations are recession-proof. People take them. If things are going bad and people, the economy's bad, they're stressed out, they take a vacation because they're stressed out. If they go to the doctor because they're not doing well physically, the doctor says you need to take a vacation, right? If things are going well, guess what? Plenty of money around, we're going to take a vacation. Vacations are always happening. And folks, we've got a better product at a better price. We're talking about business here. And you're on this looking for an opportunity. Well, here's the reality. In our business, this home business arena, I have got to have a great product that is priced fantastic. Why? That's the winning formula. That's the winning ticket for our industry. Here's why. Because most people that get involved with us are not salespeople, right? It's just, here's the reality. Less than 10% of the population out there, I say in quotes, calls themselves a sales type, right? That means over 90% don't. Do you want to appeal to 10%? Or do you want to appeal to everybody, 100%? Well, if you're going to build a big business, you want to appeal to 100% of the people out there. So in order to do that, you've got to have a product that sells itself. You've got to have a better product at a better price. If you've got an inferior product at a higher price, you need Cracker Jack salespeople. If you've got a better product at a better price, what do we call that in business? Well, we call it a home run. We call it a slam dunk. We call it a no-brainer. Why? Because at that point, there's no selling required. And that's the winning ticket for our industry. No sales required. It's not about selling. It is about sharing. And folks, people love to share their vacation experiences. You know what? If you look at the social networks that are out there right now, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, YouTube videos, tweeting, right? What are people talking about? They're talking about what they're doing on vacation, that and what they're having for dinner. I still haven't figured out why people take shots pictures of their plate of food, what they're about to eat, and put it on Facebook, but they seem to do that relatively frequently. The other thing they do is they share their vacation experiences, and again, that's the winning ticket. It's not about selling, it's about sharing, and the social networks are a great place to do that, and we make it very easy for you to share the FVN experience. As a matter of fact, we say FVN equals FUN, fun. We make it simple and easy to have a whole bunch of fun. Here's one of the ways that you can share the experience. We've got two types of tools: online tools, offline tools. So for online marketing, offline marketing, our first tool is First Night Free on Me. It's a postcard. You put your brand partner number. When you get started with us, you're going to become a brand partner. You take that number and you would write it on this card. You send it to somebody. Here's the deal: first night's free on me. Okay? So you send it to them. They get to book at a Westgate resort, any Westgate resort during value season. We pay for the first night. They just got to book one more night. Pretty simple. Guess what? When they book that second night, you get paid. How cool is that? Here's the second way. We call this our bulletin board. These are smoking deals that people can come to the parks and things like that. They'll do a tour, but the bottom line is, folks, you put your brand partner number on this. This is an offline cold market tour. You can hang it up in your workplace. You can hang it on bulletin boards in the grocery stores. People peel this off. They call the 800 number. They give them your brand partner number. They book a vacation. You get paid. We've got online tools. This is our FVN booking engine. Guaranteed to have the lowest prices of any Westgate property out there. If somebody's running one of our properties, because we do sell the consolidators, also that are out there, if they're using us for a loss leader on Priceline or Expedia, guess what, folks? We'll match or beat that price. You're never going to be outsold on the FVN booking engine. So, and guess what? You send it to somebody, they book a vacation, you get paid. Here's the best news. You don't have to become a travel agent. We've got over 700 reservation specialists already in place waiting for your customer to give them a call. They call, you let the pros take over. Their job is to make sure that that person gets the vacation they want, the vacation experience they want, and we make it simple and easy for you. Your only job, get the phone to ring. That's it. That's all you do. I mean, it's really a pretty simple thing when you're out there looking for customers. And so, we let the pros take over. Folks, here's the bottom line. It doesn't matter whether you want to surf or ski or whether you want to fly fish or be pampered. Mani-pedi in the salons. We've got great salons. Family Vacation Network has the vacation for you. In addition to the Westgate properties, now I want you to start thinking big picture now, because we've got the Westgate properties, but folks, we also have the world. We've got relationships with some of the largest travel wholesalers on the planet. So, folks, if you want to cruise or you want to go on an all-inclusive to Mexico, if you want to go to Fiji, does not matter. We've got the vacation for you that we can set you up for, we can set your friends up for. Here's the reality. A lot of you on this call are familiar with the concept network marketing. You tell two friends, they tell two friends, so on and so on. You're familiar with it probably from a skincare company or a vitamin company or a juice company or whatever it may be. You're familiar with the concept of AutoShip. Here's the deal. We don't sell pills, potions, lotions. That's not us. Not that there's anything wrong. I love those companies. Nothing wrong with them. That's just not what we do. We sell vacations. And so our AutoShip product, you're familiar with. Every month you'll get a bottle of vitamins shipped to your door, or maybe it's acne cream, Proactive, right? You've seen their commercials on television. Every month they ship it to your door. It's called an auto shipment or an auto payment. We do the same thing, only what you're buying is prepaying a vacation. You're buying one night or 2 nights of value season. With that, then, you can either use them at a Westgate resort or you can trade to do all kinds of very cool things. And so here's my question to you. You look on the left side, which auto ship would you rather have? I mean, which product? You want to go to Disney and go to the beach, or do you want to drink a nasty juice? I mean, that's really the choice when you're looking at the home business arena. And again, of course, I'm having a little bit of fun here because these are great companies. I know most of these companies. They're fantastic companies. They've created a ton of millionaires. There's no question about it. We just feel we've created a better mousetrap. We got a better product at a better price. We've taken it out of the realm of selling. It's become about sharing. And because of that, we are growing like no company ever has. What have we learned? Here's what we learned. As we've started to evolve this model, here's what we've seen. That if you give people the vacations they want, so you give them the vacations they want. You want to go on a cruise? We got that. You want to go to Fiji? We got that. You want to go to Europe? We got that. You want to go dive the Great Barrier Reef in Australia? We've got that. You want to go to an all-inclusive Cancun, Mexico, go to the Hard Rock Cafe? We've got that. You want airfare included in your vacation, in your package, so that everything's paid for? We got that. If you give people the vacations they want and you let them take those vacations when they want, and if you give them to them at a price that they can afford, here's what we know. They're going to stay with us, right? They're going to go. They're going to have a good time. Not only that, they're going to tell all their friends about us. Remember that social media? They're going to tell all of their friends. They're going to put us on Facebook. They're going to tweet about us. They're going to do a YouTube video. They're going to put up a fan page. They're going to drag their friends to a business briefing. They're going to do all of those things because we've given them what they want. You just can't shut them up when you give them that. And so, folks, here's a couple of the products. Remember I told you about our value season. I said you can trade for that. Here's what you can trade for. One of the products is Hotels.com. So FVNHotels.com. You go in there and you get great deals at even better prices. So you start out with a great price and you can discount that price by $50 a night. That's for 1 or 2 night stays. Our second product is called Global Rewards. I'm going through these pretty quickly, but this is really, folks, this one opens up the world for you. This gives you cruises. This gives you global travel. It'll give you shopping. It'll give you greens fees, everything. You get a code. This is your own private booking engine. It starts out with the market's best price, and you can discount it from there with what we call our Global Rewards Savings Credit. So if you're a part of us, you can trade your auto ship, your one-night value season for 100 savings credits on the Global Rewards site. Guess what? You'll get to that site. It'll say, here's the best price, but you can take 700 savings credits off of that price. So if that price was $1,400, it's now $700 with your savings credits. It's just taking a great price and making it ridiculously low. We have some of the best travel in the world with Family Vacation Network, folks. And I know that's a mouthful, but I'll tell you what, I'm prepared to back that statement up because I know exactly what we've got our hands on. You're not going to find better prices out there than what you can find with the Family Vacation Network. Why? It's because we're backed by a $4 billion giant already. We're out there in the space making things happen, and we've got great rewards for those that see us and believe in this concept and want to have more fun and vacation more often. Here's the one I'm most jacked up about. This is our destination trips, folks. And I want to kind of give you an idea of what these look like. We've got one coming up. If we've got any NASCAR fans, we've got a Daytona 500 trip coming up. It is 2 tickets to the Daytona 500. It's on the first curve. So if you know what we're talking about, race, it's on the first curve. Great seats. It's going to get you 2 fan zone passes, so that's going to be inside of the infield to go watch as the drivers are introduced. It's going to give you a 4-day, 3-night stay at Westgate at the Lakes in a 1-bedroom suite. Beautiful property. It's back and forth bus ride to there, and the night before, it's a huge party. So you get the party too, the food, the alcohol, everything. All of that for $799. But here's the cool part. You can take your beach bucks and you can trade those beach bucks in and knock that price down to as low as $399 by using 400 beach bucks to deduce that price. Folks, there aren't better deals out there. We've got the same thing coming for all-inclusives in Mexico that include airfare. FVN destination dream trips are phenomenal, and you can only get them through the Family Vacation Network. Additionally, here it is right here. I should have waited, right? Here it is. The Daytona 500 tells you all about that dream trip and what you're able to do. Here's one of those, this is an example, in quotes, because actually it's a little better than this one. Just telling you, it's a little bit better than this one. We're not going to be staying at the Grand Oasis, but if you like rock and roll, you're going to really love the place that we're staying at in Cancun, Mexico. But again, it's going to be an all-inclusive resort. That's food, liquor, that's airfare to it. You get there, you take your wallet and your passport, you lock it up in the safe because you're not going to need them, right? You get 1,500 resort credits there that you can do top shelf liquor with, that you can do spa treatments with, that you can do golfing with, that you can do tours with, that you can have romantic dinners with. Folks, these dream trips are exactly that. They are dream trips, and that's what you get exclusively through the Family Vacation Network. Remember what I said. Our whole business model is not about selling. It's about sharing. Our business is a transfer of emotion, right? That's what we do. So when you go on these trips, you come back, you tell people about it, you share these experiences. Remember what I said? People out there are rooting for us to win. Why? Because we're bringing value to the marketplace. They see what we've got. They want to participate with it. And when they take our trips, folks, like I said before, they talk about it, they blog about it, they tweet about it, they share it on Facebook, they create videos, fan pages, they share with their friends, and guess what their friends say? They say, how can I do that? Well, it's funny that you should ask, because I'm a brand partner with the Family Vacation Network. And so, folks, as good as all that is, it gets a little bit better. Because about a month ago, we introduced a brand new program that we call Get 3, Yours is Free. You remember that auto ship program that we talked about, right? Where you're on a monthly subscription, you're basically prepaying a vacation. You're on a monthly subscription. Well, here's how it gets better. If you're on that program and you find just 3 other people that are on that program, next month, yours is paid for. We give you that value season night for free. Remember, you can trade that value season night for all kinds of cool stuff, or you can just use it. A lifetime of free vacations, right? Imagine a lifetime of free vacations. That's what we're talking about. So our 3 years is free program has become incredibly popular. We're excited about it and really where this can go. And so we've made it really easy to not only share the FVN experience, but to also make money sharing the FVN opportunity. And so you can obviously see with the products that we've got, the vacations that we've got, that there has to be money to be made in this. There's a lot of excitement around it. People want a vacation. They want to vacation more often for less money. So what does that mean? That means there's money to be made. And so, folks, sharing the business is simple, easy, and profitable. And I'm going to go through just real quick on our compensation. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to fvnmovie.com. FamilyVacationNetworkMovie.com, and I want you to watch a couple of our movies on there. If you scroll down that page, you're going to see on our compensation exactly how you make money. It'll take you less than 10 minutes to figure out how to get rich, because our compensation plan, folks, is highly lucrative. And I'll tell you what, in our industry, 30 years in this industry plus, I've seen 2 types of compensation plans. I've seen those that you can make money, great money up front, but there's zero back end, no residual money. That's great, but you plan on being on the treadmill for the rest of your life. Or I've seen the exact opposite. Almost no money up front and good money on the backside, but you got to work 3, 4, 5 years before you get to that sustainable income that can sustain you and your family. Hope you get over the hump, and that's a difficult road for a lot of folks. Here's the reality. We have threaded the needle. We've got great money on the front end, and we've got great money on the back end with our residual income. We've got fast starts and differentials up front that we pay weekly on. We've got monthly pay, and then we've got quarterly bonus, vacation ownership, our Get 3 Years is Free program. There's great money on the backside. Again, folks, get together with the folks that put you on this webinar. Get to fvnmovie.com. Figure out how you get paid with a word of caution. If you're on the East Coast right now, you're coming up on about 10 o'clock. If you watch it tonight, you will lose sleep. I'm just telling you, you won't be able to sleep well. A lot of money. So let me recap. Great company, properly managed, properly capitalized, great product, better price, product everybody wants, right? Everybody wants to vacation. Not everybody wants to drink your jungle juice, but everybody, trust me, wants to go on vacation. So we've got a great product, great compensation plan, and here's what you need to know. You are in the right place at the right time. By some stroke, luck, fate, whatever you want to call it, you're on this webinar tonight. And here's what you need to know. Today, the Family Vacation Network is relatively small, and we're going to be huge. I liken it to the Google story, right? Here's the thing. If we could do a back to the future moment for you, and you got to take all the knowledge that you have on October 10th, 2013, back to the year 2000, October 10th, in the year 2000, and you saw a funny company just came out a couple of years before called Google, And people were talking about, oh, well, it's a great search engine, but they're never going to be able to monetize it. It's a worthless stock because they're never going to be able to monetize it, right? But knowing what you know today about Google, how much stock would you buy in 2000, even amongst all the skeptics? Let me answer that for you. As much as you could. If you've got anything going on in your brain at all, you'd buy as much as you could. Why? Because that company went from small to big, and they changed the world. Folks, I tell you that story because Family Vacation Network is going to go from small to big, and lives are going to be changed financially forever for the better because of this company. In the transition from small to big is where wealth is created, and that's where you find yourself, folks, right now with the Family Vacation Network, and you find yourself there with All Systems Go. Our systems are in place. Our simple business building systems. I got this picture of McDonald's up here, not because I want you to go to McDonald's and eat, actually the opposite. I don't. I've got it up here because they're the most profitable franchise in the world, and they sell cheeseburgers, hamburgers, french fries, milkshakes, and Coke. Something everybody knows how to make or has easy access to, yet they are able to make hundreds of millions and billions of dollars doing this. So here's my assertion. When you spend $2 million, if you were to spend $2 million to buy a McDonald's franchise, you're not buying it to figure out how to make hamburgers, cheeseburgers, french fries, and milkshakes, right? You already know how to do that. You're buying it for how to make money. You're buying their system. You're buying their playbook of how do we do this so that we can make money. Their system is in place. Folks, our system is in place just like McDonald's. And here's a key phrase. It's not what works, it's what duplicates. See, you know how to make a hamburger and cheeseburger. That works. But can you duplicate that and make money? Probably not. And here in our industry, with Family Vacation Network, what works, what duplicates, is simple. Simple duplicates. Complicated does not duplicate. It's even hard to say. Complicated doesn't duplicate. Simple duplicates. Okay? Simple is what works. And our system is simple. It's use, share, teach. Here's the good news, or I guess the bad news, bummer. You got to use our product. You got to be a product of the product. You got to go on vacation. Why? Because our business is a transfer of emotion. It's not about selling, it's about sharing. You got to go on vacation, then you got to share that experience with people. You got to tell them about how great our properties are, how great it was to go to Mexico, how great that cruise was, how much money you saved doing it. You share our product, and then you share our simple business building system, and that is really easy. Go to fvnmovie.com, watch that movie. That's the first thing. That's what you want people to do. And what we talk about with us is tools and team. Use the tools that leverage your time and the team that's got your back. So you use the product, you share the business using the tools, and then you bring the team on board. So once somebody's seen that and says, hey, that looks pretty cool, but I've got some questions. Well, hold on. I got to put you on the line with somebody that can answer that question for you. What does that person see? They see simply that there are other people out there doing it, having success, that they don't have to become an expert. And guess what? They can probably do this part-time, increase their cash flow as they're going big time with our business. So we use the product, share the business, and we teach others how to use the product, share the business. Folks, it is a simple system. I know I've oversimplified it, but trust me, we've got a system that can get you from point A to point B, making money. That's why people get involved with us. So our systems are in place. The question you want to know is, how do I get started? Well, folks, if you like what you've seen, there are three ways. Good, better, best. Our getaway package is kind of a stick your toe in the water. It's okay. It's $249. It's got a $399 value on there. It's actually $499. Need to change that slide. But it's a 4-day, 3-night at Westgate. 4 days, 3 nights. You can come to Westgate. You get that global rewards pack. Get together with the person that put you on this call. They'll show you all the cool benefits that you get with this. But this is a great way to get started. Or let me just rephrase that. This is a good way to get started. Here's the better way. It's called our Adventure Pack. You get a little more with this one. It costs a little more. It's $499, but there's more value in this package. But folks, if you're really looking, career change, you want to build significant out there, you need our Global Traveler Pack. It's going to give you a lot of everything in here. It's going to give you access to what are called our getaways. And the getaways happen through the global rewards. Folks, the best news about getaways is you don't spend any of your savings credit. It is a huge value to come in and get involved with this package. So we've got good, better, by far and away the Global Traveler Pack is the best way to get started. Let me encourage you to do this. Get back to the person that had you on this webinar. Get your questions answered. Remember, the journey of 1,000 steps begins with 1,000 miles begins with one single step. Get your questions answered and get started. Here's the thing. Don't worry about how you get started. Just get started. If you can do $9.99, do it. But don't procrastinate. If you can't do that, that's okay. Just get started. Don't procrastinate. Procrastination will steal your dreams. I'm John Dehart. I'm the Director of Sales, Field Development with the Family Vacation Network. Love this company. I'm inviting you to join the family. Imagine a lifetime of really cool vacations that are really cheap. And folks, one more plug for Vegas. If you can get here, I would love to meet you. We're at the Tuscany Suites and Casino this Saturday. We've got a cocktail mixer tomorrow night. If you can come in Friday night, stay at the hotel, great. But we're going to light it up on Saturday. You're going to see why the country is getting so excited about the Family Vacation Network. With that, thanks for joining me tonight. John Dehart, again, your Director, Sales, Marketing, Field Development. Thanks for joining me on this webinar. Over and out.